Hi, I'm currently going to be talking about my views about Bandersnatch and kind of what I feel with the whole interactive aspect to it, which is really the first time I've ever think that any video, any concept, ideas of that sort has been interactive. And I think that it was a cool idea, but I'm going to get into more. I don't know if it's actually practical. So one thing I noticed with the choices, I didn't expect to be making simple choices in the beginning, like between frosted plates, frosties, and like snow puffs, like cereals, and I was just like, okay, that's a little weird. Like even then, for me, that was like really intense. It was like, oh my god, like I have to choose what he eats for breakfast that day. Like it was so weird because I guess it was the first introduction of the choosing. I guess it's supposed to like give you like a calm way of getting into it, but to me, it was like very high pressured. And then I was always worried if I made the right choice or not because I understand that there's multiple endings, but I was just like, everything that I do adds up to how he is affected in the movie. So I always think, okay, so what I was paying attention to him as a character, and I was like, okay, so what are some things that he enjoys? What are some things that he wants? So I was constantly paying attention to him and his mannerisms and the conversation with his dad, like things that were going on with it. Like I wanted to be very sure that I was making the correct decisions for him. I felt like I was making the decision for him. So not to say that I felt like him because I didn't. I didn't take on his persona at all, but I did feel like I was responsible for what happened to him in a way. Like I said, it was a very high pressured environment. I was kind of like always on my toes, kind of understanding like what's going on between him, the choices that I've made, and the reactions of the other characters. Like when I said one time, like I went back and then he like kind of foreshadowed like what everybody else was gonna say, and I was like, wait, how did you know that? I was trying to keep up with the concept myself. Um, for the most part, I felt like a spectator. Like I was watching the movie, and then once I was asked the questions, then I felt like a actor because I was like, anything that I do influences what the performer does. So at that point, I was like, okay, I'm honestly involved in this project. But because of that, I kind of lost track of the story and I was more focused on like the reactions or the aftermath of what I was actually going like doing. So it was really weird in that sense. And I kind of gave up, like conceptually, I kind of gave up on like where the story was actually going. I think at one point I ran into a dead end almost and it told me I had the choice to go back or not. And I was like, no. And eventually I kept saying yes to the project idea that like I didn't understand what was going on anymore. So I just picked refuse because I was like, he really wants to do this project. Of course I'm gonna pick yes. Like I mean, like I said, I was paying attention to who he was as a character. So after so many times and it wasn't coming out to like I guess an agreeable ending, I just decided to say refuse because I felt like that's kind of what they wanted me to say. But at the end of the day, I just think it was too conceptual. I didn't really understand um, where the movie was going in the sense that me as a viewer, I want to be entertained by the movie. Yes, I thought like being interactive would be cool, but it felt more like a responsibility than the fact that I was just watching a movie. Like I felt responsible for everything. Like I was in the moment. I was like, high pressured. I was like, I can't focus on the story, him, and everything else. So I thought that was just a lot.